What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Burn Boot Camp podcast. I'm excited to be releasing my Live Out Loud event speech. So I got to go on stage and talk to over 125 women about anti-competition. So check it out. Oh, wow. Thank you guys so much. And thank you, Brooke, for that amazing introduction. It's such an honor to be here. Sitting in a room of this many amazing women, it's such an honor to be representing my brand, Burn Boot Camp. So, guys, I'm just going to share a little bit about my story, and like I said in the video, some of the things that I've learned in this 10-year journey that I've been on building this brand. And so, as Brooke said, I am the co-founder and CEO of Burn Boot Camp. And 10 years ago, I was working in corporate America. I was working at Kellogg's, so yes, Pop-Tarts and Frosted Flakes. And my husband had a boot camp in this parking lot, and he's like, okay, I think you need to leave your job and let's do this. And I was like, I'm really scared. But not only was I scared because the business wasn't completely up and running, but I just felt so out of place. I went from wearing suits in the workplace to Lululemon and workout clothes. And I stepped into opening my own gym, and I was getting ready to lead my own community of women, and here I am feeling completely out of place. So what did I do? I turned to social media to figure out, how do I fit in with the fitness industry? So, body competitions, diet pills, hours of cardio, macro counting, calorie counting, all of it. I started to consume all of it. And I went deep down a path that I'm so glad I got out of 10 years ago. Because I did it all. Boiled chicken breast, hours of cardio, hours of strength training, not eating enough food. And the crazy part is, you guys, I hated myself even more. That picture right there, I can remember taking it about 10 years ago. And I can remember looking at that picture and picking apart all the things that I wasn't, right? I'm comparing myself to these women that are beautiful and on these stages of these body competitions, and that's what I thought I needed to be to lead a community of women and be a personal trainer and build my own gym and be a CEO, right? All those things that flood your mind. You have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this to fit in. So I felt completely out of place. And time went on, weeks went on, and finally, I just had to stop. I had to have a conversation with myself. I had to say, Morgan, what are you doing? What are you doing? You have to quit being someone that you don't love. You need to quit being somebody that you think you need to be to impress other people. So looking back on that moment, I took back control of my life. I took back control of how I was going to lead my life. And that meant being exactly who I wanted to be, being authentic. And I knew that if I was going to lead women, I sure as heck wasn't going to lead them like this. And now, as I was building this presentation, I dug back to that photo on Instagram, and I thought of my daughter. I thought, wow, what would have happened 10 years ago if Morgan continued down that path that she thought she needed to be? What would the legacy be now? Would I still be on this stage? What examples would I have been showing my daughter on when you look in the mirror? Do you love yourself? So I want you to just think about that right now. Is there anything that you're doing in your life for other people? What do you need to stop doing and start being authentically you? Because the life that you want to lead and the life that you want to build, the legacy that you want to build, you want to be proud of it. You want to be standing on stage one day proud of that legacy and proud of that story. So, slowly I quit the body competition. I started to forgive myself because I don't like to quit. Okay, I was very hard on myself for even quitting. But I did it. I slowly forgive myself, right? But, I'm a pretty competitive person. And I did feel that competitive void. That's why I was very excited to be in this competition. I'm a 3-sport athlete from high school. But that day I decided if I'm going to compete with anybody, it's going to be me. Okay? It's going to be me. And what I really realized is it was time for me to start celebrating other women. Guys, when I was in this deep, dark path of hating my own body, guess who else I was hating? Other women. Other women. I wasn't even able to see the beauty in every single person around me because I was so jealous. I was like, but how do you get that body? I'm doing all those things. How do you get that body? I started resenting everything around me, everybody around me. So when I just decided to become authentically me and lead my own life, I started celebrating other women. Because we can all be in competition, but not with one another. Not with one another. I was deep in unhealthy competition. Okay? I was deep in unhealthy competition, and that's when it's me versus her, and I need to win. She can't. Healthy competition is when it's me versus me, and I get to win, and so does she. And me and her, we are on the same team. We both get to motivate each other. I love my brand. I think our workouts are the best on planet Earth. Who has been to a burn boot camp in this room? Okay, then you know what I mean, okay? It's really empowering stuff. I'm so proud of it. It's women coming together, just like rooms like this, coming together, supporting one another, okay? Giving each other high fives. We're very big on high fives if you walk into a burn boot camp, okay? Don't hate on the high fives. But coming together daily to motivate each other to really achieve their dreams, building each other up, holding each other accountable. And that is the beauty of the community that we've built at Burn Boot Camp and the community that Brooke is building. Okay, the community that we are in right now, today, this weekend, or this week. Sorry, what day is it? Monday. But guys, there's also, there's a lot of the wrong people, okay, that are going to come in your way and come in your path. So I added a rule. That I surround myself with women that I am impressed by, okay? I look around this room, and first of all, each one of you have something that I'm impressed with. I don't know it yet, but that's what I'm here to find out. But I'm going to shout a couple people out. Here we are. Jill DeGreen. I see Jill DeGreen. I look up. A mother, an entrepreneur of multiple businesses, a champion of women. She's been championing me since the minute I met her almost, 8-9 years ago. She's believed in me. She saw what I didn't see in myself. Heather Torres, COO of Think Media, where are you at? I've had the pleasure to get to know Heather over the last year. She's an international speaker. She's a COO of Think Media. You're going to hear more about her later this week. She literally pours into every soul that she comes across. And it's so genuine. If you have a conversation with Heather Torres, you know she's actually listening to you and she cares. Brooke Thomas, what's not to love about Brooke? Here's the thing. Each one of you might be on a different step in your journey. We all got here by a different path. Hey, some of us got here by a private jet. Some of us flew coach. Some of you may be the PTA president, and some of you may not have any extra time to volunteer at your kids' school. Some of you maybe make millions every month, and some of you are here to step into something new and challenging. But guess what? None of that matters. None of it matters. As Brooke and all the other speakers have said, we were all placed in this room for a reason, and none of that matters. How we got here today does not matter. What matters is that we are now a community of women that are going to build each other up. And we're going to go back to our communities, and we're going to take everything that we've felt, not just learned, but everything that we've felt, and we're going to take it back, and we're going to give it. We're going to give it to the other people that need it, the other women that need it. We don't share our wins often enough because we don't think our accomplishments matter. We don't think we're impressive enough. But like I said, there is something impressive about each one of you, and we are not in competition. Okay? We are not in competition with each other. We can all exist in a space that allows her to do great things. But we need to lean into those great things. We need to be motivated without competition. Don't go back to that Morgan 10 years ago who was in competition with every woman she saw. Healthy competition. We can compete with each other in a healthy way. So, I want you to commit to one action today. I know we've been asking you this a lot, but find 3 people that you are impressed by and tell them. Tell them. And then I want you to share your wins and your dreams. Imagine that you're on the same team, because you are. Okay? 3 people. What are you impressed by? Encourage them. Share your wins. Share your dreams. So, I quit the body competition. I started my own gym in Cornelius, North Carolina. I built a community of women. My husband and I built a couple more in the Charlotte area. We franchised. We have over 350 doors open. Thank you. I'm very, very proud of that. And, we get the absolute pleasure every month, a couple times a month, to go out and meet with our locations, meet with our franchise partners. And we get to hear the most incredible stories from members, from franchise partners. And it's something that is so special to me. And I learn something every time I'm out there, and I'm motivated every time I go out there to continue to do what I'm doing. But a couple weeks ago, we were in Cincinnati. Shout out Terrell, she's here. I was at her gym. And there was a franchise partner there that was absolutely killing it. But she didn't come into the conversation feeling that way. She thought that her success wasn't allowed to be celebrated because she was comparing her numbers to the gym next to her. And so when we're out on these market visits, we go into our little child watch room. We sit on little chairs and bean bags. And the franchise partners all get the opportunity to talk business, share their numbers, share their updates, share what's working, what's not, talk to Devin and I. And so as it was this woman's turn to share, I could tell that, the tears were forming, the shoulders were down, head was down, and she starts sharing her numbers, and I'm confused. She's like, I got 350 members, we're about over 60,000 per month. She just got number 1 in our national charity of raising money, but she could not get past those numbers because she was comparing herself to another woman. But her impact was felt. She was making such an impact. Those numbers are good numbers. Maybe it's not where she wants to be, but those were good numbers. She was successful in my eyes. But she didn't feel that way. And so what happened next is something I'm so proud of. And I'm so proud that there's 2 women in this room that were part of what happened next. They spent the next 20 to 30 minutes building her back up. Building her back up, telling her that, hey, what you're doing, it matters. We know you, we see you, you're making the brand proud. And instantly you could just start to see the tears go away, the smile to come out, right? The shoulders to stand high and okay, you see me, you hear me. And that's what all of us need. We need that encouragement. We need that affirmation. Who needs that affirmation? I know I need that affirmation. But ladies, here's the thing. We are fighting an uphill battle to encourage women. Okay, interesting fact. The highest rated television show for women is the Real Housewives series. Okay, a group of women literally paid to create drama, tear each other down on national television, talk behind each other's back, and it is a top rated show. Meanwhile, you've got the WNBA, you've got, Women's Soccer League, and not enough fans are showing up. Little to no fans are showing up. It's easy to live in a world that it's me versus her. Right? It's easy to live in that image right there where you're yelling at everybody. I know we don't do that. But it's easier to live in a world. So we are in an uphill battle. Okay? We have to come together and we have to start by encouraging one another. Encouragement is our greatest currency. Who needs that 30-minute pep talk in a child watch room on those tiny chairs, right? Just a couple women building each other back up. My hope for you tonight, around dinner, around the hotel, is that you speak encouragement to as many people as you can. Because encouragement is an endless resource. It's free. Okay, we've talked about what's free in this world. Encouragement is free, and it is our greatest currency. When you encourage, everybody wins. And we are women that lift each other up. We do not tear each other down. So don't hold back when another woman is doing something great or another woman looks beautiful. Tell them that. Encourage them. Cheer them on. You are on the same team as her. All of us have times and seasons in the last couple of years, I would imagine, where we need encouragement more than ever. Who remembers March of 2020? So I can remember about March 14th, 2020, I woke up and, I'm getting the kids ready. I'm very naive to what's about to happen in the world. I headed to the office and I get there and we're getting all these requests from gym owners that they need to close. And I'm like, what's going on, right? So of course you look at the news and the articles start to break and break and break. And 3 days later, we had 275 of our doors shut down. Yeah, whoa. But what did we do? We dwelled for about 30 seconds because that's all we had. Yeah. And our franchise community came together and met our members exactly where they were at. They were doing baby shower drive-bys. They were doing Burn Nutrition home deliveries. They were, creating member scholarships for people that lost their jobs. For me, that meant going live Monday through Friday in front of our 60,000 members at the time, just to make sure that they had 45 minutes to themselves so they were stuck at home for those 2 weeks. Woo! So yeah, that was me. I was also 8 months pregnant, and soon enough we could no longer record in our home studio, or our studio, so we went home. And yes, that was me. Thank God my marriage survived that one. Working out with my husband every morning on a live. But my point is, we did whatever we could for our members, right? Because we live by one rule, and that is to fall in love with your clients and not your business model. All right, that's good. Fall in love with your clients and not your business model. And because we fell in love with our clients and not our business model, we were rewarded with something that I was very proud of, but I was hesitant to share. In October of 2021, Franchise Times named Burn Bootcamp the Lone Grower. Okay, we got a publication in this magazine. And it was due to our positive growth year over year when our competitors were down. So yes, it's exciting to see your name even on that list. It's exciting to see that you have the only green mark next to it. It's exciting, it is. But that was that encouragement that I needed to keep going in the moment of dark times. It was that reminder of how proud I was of the community that we had built and the people that were in it, that were fighting for our members, fighting for their businesses, but fighting for our members to continue to have a space and a community where they felt that love. But like I said, I was a little hesitant to share because I was afraid, who was I going to hurt? Because not everybody was seeing that number. Not everyone was seeing that positive growth. Not everyone was the lone grower. But guess what? In a world where it's me versus me, when the competition is all gone and you're just focused on what are you doing for yourself, we all get to win. We all get to be the lone grower. You get to celebrate yourself. And for some of you, the more successful that you've gotten, the lonelier you've gotten. And maybe that's why you're here this weekend, to find other women that aren't in competition with your success. I remember those feelings when certain friends or certain family members would be clapping for me, and then they'd stop clapping. Yeah. And I think, Brooke talked about this earlier. It happens. But for a moment I thought, what did I do? Do I need to stop clapping for myself? Yeah. No, that's right. But how can I expect anybody to celebrate me if I'm not celebrating me? So I started unapologetically celebrating myself over and over and over again, whether it was on social media or not. It's me versus me. I get to celebrate me. I'll never forget the videos of gyms ripping off the tape to remove the literal squares that were made to keep us apart, 6 feet apart. Our community grew closer than ever in the pandemic. We were able to high five again. We were able to rip that tape off fully celebrate each other. We realized how much we loved Burn and how much Burn impacted our lives. And we felt that void. And sometimes you just don't understand what you have until it's taken away from you. Guys, some of you are still standing in those squares. The tape is ripped up. Why are you keeping yourself from other women? Rip up that tape. Rip it up today. It's amazing to see this celebration. Yes, woo! Guys, we're gonna all celebrate that right now. Rip up the tape. What is keeping you 6 feet from other women? Is it your insecurities? Is it your fears? Is it unhealthy competition? You get to get close to her. Cheer her on. Her success is your success. I've spent 10 years building a company where women walk out the door and feel better about themselves. And not only do they feel better about themselves, but they feel better about their friends. They're literally high-fiving each other as they walk out the door. So turn to your neighbor right now, give them a high five. You are not against each other. Yes. You are not against each other. You are for each other. Guys, if you are worried about impressing others, tearing each other down, showing off, you are in the wrong room. Rip up the tape. It is okay that some of us are growing and some of us aren't. We need to raise a generation of women that are not tearing each other down, even though it's fun on Bravo, okay? Guys, it starts with you. It isn't me versus her. It's me versus me. Thank you, guys.